In an ever-evolving world of monarchy, where tradition meets modernity, a new generation of princesses stands confident to shape the future of European royalty. Let us explore the responsibilities and ambitions of 6 extraordinary young women poised to one day become queens. Each future monarch presents their nation's hopes and dreams, from the graceful Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden to the mid-teenaged Princess Elisabeth of Belgium, resolute as any teenage girl. Join us as we delve into their stories, exploring their childhood, the challenges they face, and the legacies they are set to inherit. We will uncover what it means to be a royal in today's society, discovering how these princesses balance their royal duties with their aspirations for personal growth and connection with their people. They are the future of Europe's monarchies, destined to inherit crowns, kingdoms, and legacies. From the North Sea to the Mediterranean, these young women are bound not just by destiny, but by bloodlines stretching back through centuries of royal history. In the complex web of European royalty, familial ties bind the continent's future queens. But how exactly are they connected? The answers lie in the shared ancestry of Europe's royal dynasties, with 2 key figures standing at the center of it all: Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom and King Christian IX of Denmark. Queen Victoria, known as the Grandmother of Europe, is a direct ancestor of many modern-day royals. Through her 9 children, her bloodline spread across the courts of the continent. Princess Amalia of the Netherlands, Princess Elisabeth of Belgium, and Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden all share a fascinating link. They each trace their ancestry back to the iconic Queen Victoria. Let us focus on one particular thread. Queen Victoria's son, Prince Arthur, the Duke of Connaught and Strathern, had a daughter, Princess Margaret of Connaught. Her marriage into the Swedish royal family opened the path that connects Crown Princess Victoria and her daughter, Princess Estelle, to the British crown. But how does this connect Amalia and Elizabeth? Through the generations, the Dutch, Belgian, and Swedish royal families have maintained close ties. Princess Amalia of the Netherlands is a descendant of Queen Victoria through her father, King Willem-Alexander. The Dutch royal family, known as the House of Orange-Nassau, traces its connection to Queen Victoria through Princess Wilhelmina of Prussia, who married King William I of the Netherlands. Similarly, Princess Elisabeth of Belgium is linked to Queen Victoria through Princess Marie of Edinburgh, Queen Victoria's granddaughter. Princess Marie became Queen of Romania, marrying King Ferdinand I. Their descendants intermarried with various royal families, including the Belgian and Luxembourg monarchies, linking Princess Elisabeth back to Queen Victoria. Through generations of intermarriage among European royals, these future queens share a deep-rooted royal heritage and are connected by centuries of dynastic alliances. But there is another towering figure in European royal history who also connects these young women: King Christian IX of Denmark, the so-called father-in-law of Europe. His descendants occupy many of the thrones of today, including those of Norway, Sweden, and Spain. Through Christian IX's line, Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, Crown Princess Victoria, Princess Estelle, and Princess Leonor of Spain all share a royal heritage. King Christian's legacy weaves together the Nordic and Spanish crowns in a network of cousins and second cousins, ensuring that these young royals are more than just political peers. They are extended relatives within the broader European royal family network. Although Princess Leonor's ties to Princess Amalia and Princess Elisabeth are more indirect, they share lineage through the broader European royal network. Leonor's paternal grandmother, Queen Sophia of Spain, is part of both the Greek and Danish royal families, which have historical connections to the Dutch and Belgian royal houses. And in Scandinavia, the bonds between the Norwegian and Swedish royal families are equally strong. Crown Princess Victoria's father, King Carl XVI Gustaf of Sweden, and Princess Ingrid Alexandra's grandfather, King Harald V of Norway, are second cousins once removed. These young women, the heirs to their country's thrones, are more than future queens. They are connected by deep family ties and a shared royal history that transcends borders and time. Born on July 14, 1977, Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden grew up in the heart of Stockholm, surrounded by the history and traditions of the Swedish monarchy. As the eldest child of King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia, Princess Victoria was raised with the knowledge of her royal duties, but also the importance of compassion and public service. When she ascends the throne as expected, she will become Sweden's fourth queen regnant, following in the footsteps of historic monarchs Margaret, Christina, and Ulrika Eleonora, and the first since 1720. Her right to the throne is secured by Sweden's groundbreaking 1979 Act of Succession, which established royal absolute primogeniture, making her the first female heir in Western Europe to inherit the throne solely by birthright. This revolutionary law changed everything. For the first time, the throne would pass not to the eldest son, but to the monarch's eldest child, regardless of gender. And so, Victoria was named heir apparent, replacing her younger brother, Prince Carl Philip, who was initially destined to be Sweden's king. This act made history, positioning Sweden as the first monarchy to embrace true gender equality, inspiring others across Europe to follow. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden has spent her life preparing for the role that awaits her. She began her journey in France at the Catholic University of the West and was followed by a training experience at the National Parliament of Sweden, the Riksdag. She then crossed the Atlantic to study at Yale University, immersing herself in new perspectives and cultures before returning to graduate from Uppsala University with a bachelor's degree. Today, Victoria speaks 4 languages: Swedish, English, French, and German, a skill set that broadens her reach as a global representative of her nation. In August 2024, Victoria embarked on officer training at the Swedish Defence University, stepping into a program that will build her knowledge of military strategy and leadership. This training is yet another step in her lifelong preparation to serve as Sweden's head of state, strengthening her commitment to representing both her country and its armed forces with wisdom and confidence. Throughout her life, Crown Princess Victoria has been dedicating herself to various charitable causes that focus on health, education, and environmental issues. She serves as the patron of several important organizations, including the Swedish Childhood Cancer Fund, where she raises awareness and funds for families affected by childhood cancer. Princess Victoria's commitment to education is evident through her work with the Swedish National Agency for Education, advocating for initiatives that support children and young adults facing academic challenges, reflecting her belief that every child deserves equal opportunities for a bright future. The Crown Princess Victoria Fund stands as a heartfelt symbol of community spirit, fueled by generous public donations and bolstered by strong partnerships with key businesses. Every year, the Association of Swedish Bakers and Confectioners organizes the beloved Princess Cake Week. During this time, a share of pastry sales is donated to the fund, a delightful tradition with a truly meaningful impact. On March 12th, Victoria's name day, these collective efforts are presented to her, reflecting the dedication of Swedish communities to enriching the lives of children and young people across the nation. Through this fund, Crown Princess Victoria stands at the heart of a movement that fosters hope and opportunity for future generations. In 2010, Crown Princess Victoria's personal life took a joyful turn when she married Daniel Wessling, a personal trainer. Their love story captured the hearts of many Swedes, symbolizing a fairy tale romance. Under the terms of the Swedish Act of Succession, the government must grant final consent for a dynastic marriage involving a prince or princess Otherwise, they risk losing their right to the throne. On the day of their engagement announcement, it was confirmed that permission had been granted for Crown Prince Victoria to marry Westling, and the wedding date was set for June 19th, coinciding with the 34th anniversary of her parents' marriage. The ceremony took place in the Stockholm Cathedral. As a mother, Victoria finds joy in raising her two children, Princess Estelle and Prince Oscar. Balancing her royal duties with motherhood, Victoria teaches her kids the importance of service, kindness, and resilience. She's not just getting them ready for their future roles, but also making sure they have a normal upbringing and stay connected to their Swedish roots. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden is known for many titles. Duchess of Västergötland, future Queen of Sweden. But there's another, unofficial title that earned her an affectionate place in hearts across the continent: the Godmother of Europe. Victoria, now in her 40s, is a beloved choice when it comes to the honor of godparenthood. She holds this role for 18 children across Europe, including 3 future kings and queens. Among them are Prince Constantine Alexios of Greece, Princess Ingrid Alexandra of Norway, Prince Christian of Denmark, Princess Catharina-Amalia of the Netherlands, Princess Leonor of Belgium, her nephew Prince Alexander, and her niece Princess Leonor of Sweden. In every corner of Europe, these young royals will grow up knowing they have the unwavering support of one of Europe's most dedicated future queens. Princess Estelle was born to Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel on February 23, 2012, at Karolinska University Hospital in Solna. Her arrival was celebrated with 2 21-gun salutes on Skeppsholmen, opposite the Royal Palace in Stockholm. In the spring of 2012, a milestone moment unfolded at Stockholm Palace as young Estelle of Sweden was baptized in the Royal Chapel. Estelle stands as a symbol of change, a trailblazer for the future. Second in line to the Swedish throne, she's the first female in the nation's history to inherit the crown without condition, born to a future queen. Her birth was more than just a personal event. It signaled a new chapter, promising a future where young women like her will reign in their own right. In May 2014, Princess Estelle of Sweden took her first steps into education, joining a preschool just outside Stockholm. By 2016, Estelle moved to a new preschool on Royalworld in Stockholm, an island rich in Swedish history. And as of August 2018, she attends Campus Manila, a highly regarded private school in the Swedish capital, known for its high academic standards and an international outlook, often including bilingual education. These early experiences have already started to shape Sweden's young heir, preparing her for the unique role she'll one day inherit. Born on January 21, 2004, Princess Ingrid Alexandra is the eldest child of Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette-Marit, and the future Queen of Norway. From the moment of her birth, she was marked as a trailblazer, set to become Norway's second female monarch after Queen Margrethe in the 15th century. Her arrival signaled a new era for the Norwegian monarchy, as she became the first female heir to be born since the succession law was changed in 1990, allowing the eldest child, regardless of gender, to inherit the throne. In April 2004, Princess Ingrid Alexandra was christened in the chapel of the Royal Palace of Oslo. Her grandfather, His Majesty King Harald V, had the honor of presenting her for baptism, marking this significant moment in her early life. Surrounded by family and godparents, including Victoria, Crown Princess of Sweden, this ceremony highlighted Ingrid Alexandra's connection to royal houses across Europe, reflecting the strong bonds between Norway and other monarchies. Despite her young age, Princess Ingrid Alexandra already demonstrated qualities of a future leader. She has shown a deep interest in environmental protection and climate change, which became the focus of her first official engagement. In 2009, alongside Crown Princess Mette-Marit, Ingrid Alexandra welcomed over 1,000 young environmental agents in the Palace Square to mark World Environment Day, showing her commitment to raising awareness for environmental issues early on. Her first independent engagement came in 2015, when she christened the Norwegian Society for Sea Rescue's new vessel, Elias. The following year, she lit the flame in front of 13,000 people at the opening ceremony of the Youth Olympics in Lillehammer, further establishing herself as an inspiring young royal. From the beginning, the princess's life was shaped by an intentional grounding in normalcy and community. As a young child, she would walk hand in hand with her half-brother through the tree-lined streets of a Norwegian district of Asker, heading to some kindergarten like any other child in the neighborhood. By 2014, Princess Ingrid Alexandra found herself at Oslo International School, where the sound of new words and phrases in English opened doors to a broader world. At Oranienborg School, she blossomed, not only excelling academically, but stepping into a role on the student council, her first taste of leadership where she began to find her voice. After completing her secondary education in 2023, Princess took a hands-on approach to community service, working as a school assistant and environmental worker. In 2024, she began her mandatory military service in Norway's Engineer Battalion in Brigade Nord, where she is undergoing rigorous basic training. Each step of her journey reflects a commitment to both her personal growth and her future role, preparing her to one day serve her country.
Korpset og jentekoret var så fint, og dere var utrolig flinke. Det var virkelig magisk å høre på Delara og Ina Svenningdal nede i 3. etasje.
In November 2018, the princess christened the research vessel Kronprins Haakon, named after her father, at its home port in Tromsø. During the ceremony, she expressed her passion for the ocean and climate change, highlighting the importance of the ship's mission to gather crucial knowledge about the polar regions and environmental challenges. The young princess is also passionate about sports, a natural extension of her active upbringing. In 2020, she won her first gold medal in the Norwegian Surfing Championship, proving her determination and competitive spirit. Her interest in sports, both on the water and in the snow, continues to be a major part of her life, fostering a connection to Norway's natural landscape and heritage. As she approached adulthood, Princess Ingrid Alexandra embarked on a series of significant royal duties. On January 20th, 2022, the eve of her 18th birthday, she visited the three branches of the Norwegian government, the Storting, Supreme Court, and Office of the Prime Minister, mirroring the steps her father took on his 18th birthday in 1991.
Kjære mamma og pappa. Tusen takk for alt dere har gitt meg. Mamma, vi kan snakke sammen om alt. Takk for at vi kan ligge på sofaen sammen og se på serier som Sex and the City. Jeg setter veldig pris på alt du gjør for meg. Pappa, takk for at du tar oss med på ski og surf og alle mulige aktiviteter. Du fikser og ordner og er rolig når vi andre ikke er det.
With each public engagement, Princess Ingrid Alexandra embodies the qualities of a future monarch: compassion, dedication, and a deep connection to her people. As she steps into adulthood, her journey is just beginning, and Norway eagerly awaits the leadership of a queen who will bridge tradition with a bright, modern vision of the future. The story of Princess Catharina-Amalia of the Netherlands is one of tradition, responsibility, and preparation for a future at the heart of her nation's monarchy. Born on December 7, 2003 in The Hague, Catharina-Amalia Beatrix Carmen Victoria became the first child of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima, ushering in a new chapter in the royal family's legacy. Her early years were spent at Villa Eikenhorst on the De Horsten estate, where the princess grew up with her two younger sisters, Princess Alexia and Princess Ariane. The eyes of a nation never wandered far, as the princess grew under the gentle weight of her future role. In 2019, the family embarked on a new chapter, trading the pastoral comforts of the estate for the grandeur of the royal palace in The Hague. This move was more than a change of address. It marked the next step in the evolution of a royal legacy. In June 2004, within the historic walls of the Grotte in The Hague, she was baptized in a ceremony steeped in tradition and attended by figures who had played significant roles in her life. Among them were her godparents, Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden and Prince Constantine, the younger brother of the reigning Dutch king. The baptism was more than a royal rite. It was a moment of reconciliation. For her maternal grandparents, absent from her parents' wedding due to their grandfather's controversial political past, this occasion marked a poignant step toward familial unity. As the eldest daughter of King Willem-Alexander, she assumed the title of Princess of Orange in April 2013, following her father's ascension to the throne. This title, steeped in centuries of history, is reserved for the heir apparent, making her the first woman to hold it in her own right. The formative years of Crown Princess Catharina-Amalia were not merely about mastering her studies, they reflected a deep commitment to engaging with the world around her. The princess shone beyond academics, embracing leadership as a student council member and honing diplomacy as a model United Nations delegate, hallmarks of a queen in the making. It was a glimpse of the thoughtful and proactive leader she was destined to become. By 2021, with a diploma in hand and graduating with distinction, Amalia was ready to broaden her experience. Taking a gap year, she worked with the Orange Fund and dedicated her time to volunteer work, showing a deep sense of social responsibility and commitment to the Dutch community. In 2022, Amalia began her studies at the University of Amsterdam. But just as her journey into university life began, a darker reality surfaced. Amalia faced security threats that turned her world upside down. These threats, believed to come from criminal organizations, forced her to leave her student apartment in Amsterdam and seek refuge at the Royal Palace in The Hague. In an interview, Queen Maxima shared her concerns on how these threats had affected her daughter's life. Amalia has relocated to Spain, where under the protective wing of the Spanish royal family, she continued her studies for more than a year. Her situation reflects an unsettling shift in the Netherlands, where organized crime is increasingly challenging national symbols. Prime Minister Mark Rutte himself has also received threats on his life and had to accept heightened security. In an unprecedented show of unity, European royal families and Dutch authorities have taken every measure to keep Amalia safe, a reminder of the real and growing pressures on those born to serve. 2023 marked a year of new beginnings for the Dutch princess, a year when her public role truly began to blossom. In the early months, she embarked on her first official royal tour, journeying through the Dutch Caribbean with her parents. This experience connected her with the more distant parts of her kingdom, allowing her to see firsthand the diversity and depth of the Dutch Caribbean's culture and history. In 2023, Princess Amalia joined her grandmother, Princess Beatrix, at Buckingham Palace for King Charles III's coronation reception, a moment steeped in European royal history. By autumn, she stepped into the spotlight solo, representing her family at Prince Christian of Denmark's 18th birthday celebration. The following April, she attended her first state banquet, honoring King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain. These milestones marked her emergence as a poised royal, forging connections across Europe and embracing her future role on the global stage. As Princess Catharina-Amalia takes on a more visible role, she stays firmly grounded, embodying the principles of responsibility and service that have shaped her upbringing. At 18, she chose to defer her state allowance, including personal income and over €1 million for expenses, highlighting her sense of duty and commitment to public service. As her role evolves, Princess Amalia is gradually embracing her future as queen. In May 2024, she announced plans to begin using her official allowance in 2025, signaling her readiness to take on greater responsibilities. Princess Leonor of Spain, officially Leonor de Borbón y Ortiz, is set to become a key figure in the European monarchy as the future Queen of Spain. Born on October 31, 2005 in Madrid, she is the elder daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. She holds the title of Princess of Asturias, a title traditionally reserved for their heir apparent to the Spanish throne. Leonor's life is steeped in royal tradition, as she belongs to the House of Bourbon, one of the oldest royal families in Europe. Alongside her younger sister, Infanta Sofia, born in 2007, Leonor's upbringing reflects a blend of royal responsibilities and a grounded, modern approach to childhood. Princess Leonor of Spain began her education at Santa Maria de los Rosales, a prestigious private school in Madrid, where her father, King Felipe, also studied. In October 2018, just 13 years old, Princess Leonor delivered her first public address, a momentous occasion marking the 40th anniversary of Spain's constitution. Standing at the prestigious Instituto Cervantes in Madrid, the young princess stepped into the public eye with grace and confidence. Before her proud parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, Leonor spoke with remarkable poise, signaling her readiness as heir to the Spanish throne. But in 2021, at the age of 16, she took a bold step into a new chapter, attending UWC Atlantic College in Wales. There, she embraced the International Baccalaureate, an experience that opened her eyes to the world, shaping her global perspective and preparing her for the diverse responsibilities that would come with her future role as queen. As the heir to the Spanish throne, Princess Leonor has been gradually stepping into her royal duties. One of her early appearances was the renowned Princess of Asturias Awards, where she delivered a confident speech, honoring those who have made remarkable contributions to the arts, sciences, and culture. Year after year, Princess Leonor has continued to step further into the public spotlight, attending major events alongside her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, each appearance reflecting her readiness to embrace the future of Spain's monarchy. Following her secondary education in Wales, Leonor began a 3-year military training program in August 2023. This will allow her to serve in the Army, Navy, and Air Force, equipping her with the leadership skills and understanding of Spain's armed forces. Leonor has already been described as intelligent and mature beyond her years. Her public appearances are carefully curated, but they reflect an undeniable confidence and grace. Like her father, she represents a modern and unifying figure for Spain, which is increasingly important in a nation that has faced political challenges, including calls for republicanism. In October 2023, on her 18th birthday, Princess Leonor took a significant step toward her future as queen by swearing allegiance to the Spanish Constitution in a historic ceremony before Parliament. This pivotal moment mirrored the path of her father, King Felipe VI. As is customary, His Majesty the King presented the princess with the collar of the Royal and Distinguished Spanish Order of Charles III, a heartfelt symbol of her coming of age. This event not only signifies Princess Leonor's legal transition into adulthood, but also prepares her to assume the responsibilities of the crown should the king become incapacitated or pass away, underscoring the continuity and stability of Spain's monarchy. Princess Leonor's image is a seamless blend of tradition and modernity. As Spain's future queen, she will carry forward the monarchy's legacy while representing her country on the global stage, ensuring its relevance in the 21st century. Set to become Spain's first queen regnant since Isabella II, her reign will symbolize both continuity and change as she navigates a rapidly evolving Europe. Born on October 25, 2001, Princess Elisabeth of Belgium is the first child of King Felipe and Queen Matilda. Thanks to a 1991 amendment establishing absolute primogeniture, Elizabeth is the first female heir apparent in Belgian history, destined to become the country's first female monarch. Elizabeth's early years were shaped by both royal tradition and modern values. Her first public appearance came in 2006 when she accompanied her parents during the National Day Te Deum in the Cathedral of St. Michael and St. Gudula in Brussels. A year later, she made her mark on the world stage by lending her name to the Belgian Princess Elisabeth Antarctic Research Station, symbolizing her early connection to scientific and humanitarian causes. From a young age, Elizabeth received a well-rounded education that prepared her for her future role. She began her studies at the Dutch-speaking St. John Birchmans College in Brussels, marking a departure from royal tradition by being educated in Dutch first. After finishing secondary school at the renowned UWC Atlantic College in Wales, she went on to study history and politics at Oxford University, graduating in 2024. From there, she pursued her passion for public policy with a master's degree at Harvard Kennedy School. Elizabeth's journey went beyond the classroom. In 2020, she joined the Royal Military Academy of Belgium, where she earned her Blue Beret and underwent a year of intense military training. Following in the footsteps of generations of Belgian royalty, she was commissioned as a second lieutenant in 2023, preparing her for the role of Commander-in-Chief of the Belgian Armed Forces. Beyond her studies and military training, Princess Elisabeth has been deeply committed to humanitarian and social causes. She has joined Queen Matilda in a UNICEF mission to Kenya and volunteered in various ways, from helping children with learning disabilities to supporting the elderly during the COVID-19 pandemic. As she steps into the international spotlight, Elizabeth represents a blend of tradition and progress. Fluent in Dutch, French, German, and English, she is prepared to lead Belgium on the global stage. Whether engaging with world leaders or addressing social issues at home, Princess Elisabeth exemplifies the qualities of a modern monarch, ready to navigate the challenges of a rapidly evolving Europe. Yet behind the royal title, Elizabeth is also a young woman with passions and interests. She enjoys rowing, skiing and sailing, and values her friendships, finding solace in nature and music. Destined to become Belgium's first Queen Regnant, Elizabeth's reign will symbolize a new era of leadership, one that balances continuity with change. As we wrap up this journey, the lives of these young princesses shine as a blend of tradition and change. Born into unique roles, they're not just carrying their nation's histories, but also stepping forward as leaders of a new era, balancing the past with the demands of a changing world. Whether through championing gender equality, engaging in climate action, or fostering a deeper connection with their people, these future queens are crafting their own paths, redefining leadership with compassion and purpose. But their stories leave us with a question. In a world that's constantly shifting, can they keep the heart of monarchy alive while creating something entirely new? Perhaps the answer lies in the bond they build with their people. A bond that redefines what it truly means to wear the crown.